Good morning and happy Valentine's, everybody! It's February 14th, medyo cloudy and not so much people since it's a Monday. Marami na get off early to go to work and it's a normal working day. We are somewhat on time ngayon because I myself, I meron ding trabaho in a little while. So I made sure to be up a little early. And kanina nga, we already went live. Our topic this morning, if hindi niyo pa napanood, is about the science of attraction. Since it's Valentine's, I think it's just apt for us to talk about love, attraction, compatibility, what makes a relationship stay, bakit tumatagal yung iba, and how people remain attractive even after a long time of being together. So, good morning, everybody. Maraming salamat for always tuning in. So, kanina, we talked about the science of attraction. So, ano ba yung inyong ideal na guwapo at maganda? I'm about to say guwapa because in Bisaya and in Ilonggo, yung guwapo namin hindi lang guwapo. Guwapo, specific yan for lalaki. And for babae, it's feminized by converting the O to A. So, guwapa, guwapo, o guwapa. So, attractiveness, what makes a person look attractive? What is your definition of beautiful when it comes to a woman? Or ano yung definition mo ng handsome para naman sa lalaki? We have our own set of standards when it comes to beauty, but there is a universal beauty na innate para sa ating mga tao. Regardless of the specifics, we have this natural inclination to find something, consider it beautiful if, first, yun yung symmetry. Symmetry, yung pareho, yung nasa left and right. Kung sa mukha, if you divide it into two, hatiin mo sa ilong. If pantay ba, yung mata sa kabila. If pareho ba, yung size ng butas ng ilong sa magkabila. Although, that is really not very obvious. We are just quite specific sa butas ng ilong because that's part of our facial plastic surgery training to correct asymmetry para ipagpantay yung obvious na hindi pantay. Most of us, there's no 100% symmetry. If you look at yourself in the mirror, you will see na merong isang mata na mas malaki kaysa sa isa. Kahit yung butas ng ilong, rarely can you see butas ng ilong na sobrang parehas. Usually, yung isa niyan mas mabilog o yung isa mas manipis. But yun nga, hindi yun mapapansin ng iba. The only person who can really see your nostril o yung butas ng ilong mo is someone that is really, really close to you. Either your child, especially when you are still breastfeeding, kasi parati siyang nakatingala sa'yo, or your partner. Because when we are with someone we love, we sometimes lie down on their chest or in their lap, and kapag tumingala ka sa kanila, kitang-kita mo yung butas na yun. So, those are negligible. But the point is, symmetry is nature's signal that the genes are somewhat healthy. Walang missing pieces, walang missing parts. That's why symmetry is a universal attraction. And yung completeness on each side. Kasi kung symmetrical nga, pareho on both sides, pero parehong wala. Like say for example, in rare congenital anomalies, like yung pagkakaroon ng atresia o yung hindi pag-develop ng earlobe. Merong mga ganoon na hindi nag-develop yung kanyang lang earlobe, so pareho silang walang tenga on both sides. So that is symmetrical, but it's not complete. So one factor of attraction, of what comprises being attractive, is to have complete parts and they are both symmetrical. I think my love for plastic surgery also stems out from my own na inconsistencies. I always see na hindi magkapatay yung mata ko, yung kilay ko mas mataas sa kabila, and hindi talaga siya ganun ka-symmetrical. And that's why I developed this liking to improve everything, to make it more beautiful, to tone down yung mga hindi masyadong maganda, and to amplify or emphasize yung maganda ng parts. So that's why I developed this love for facial plastic surgery. Thinking na baka kailangan ko rin yan, baka pwede ko rin yan gawin sa sarili ko someday. However, while on training, being exposed to public hospital, at sobrang dami naming cases ng vehicular accidents, and people come in, sira yung mukha, as in durog yung mukha, and then they are never the same. And when we compare them to their previous self, yung mga maliliit na mga inconsistencies, yung mga asymmetry nila before, makikita mo talaga, you will already appreciate. Sasabihin mo na ang gwapo-gwapo mo pala before. Even if kung hindi sila na aksidente, you will never really consider them as gwapo. Pero kapag nakita mo how their face was ruined after the accident, kung ano yung binigay sa Diyos sa'yo, you will really get to appreciate. Yung parang pag-iingatan mo na lang talaga. That's why eventually, I already forgo. Nga, tinanggap ko na kung ano yung mga asymmetries ko, kung ano yung mga hindi magkapantay, and the things that I could have want to improve genetically on my face, tinanggap ko na. Because when you see the ruins, kung paano pwedeng masira yung kung ano yung binigay sa'yo, what you're born with, you will really appreciate kung anong meron ka. It's like, you will pray for everything, maibalik lang kung ano yung dating mo mukha. And it's already impossible. Yes, plastic surgery can help for those cases na tawag natin doon pathologic kasi nasira talaga. But it's never the same. However, yung love ko in beautifying things, and I think it's my own expression of art. That's why I still pursued plastic surgery for those who are so sure that they want to enhance their natural beauty. And I am more than happy to help them to accomplish that dream if yun talaga yung gusto nila. And symmetry is not just the only factor that comes with attractiveness. So health, yung pagiging healthy mo in your metabolism, it actually shines out. At yung isa sa pinaka-obvious na nakikita natin when it comes to health exposure is our skin. So regardless of skin color, a healthy, moisturized skin, even without lotion, yung kapag nakakaunting scratch, ang bilis mag-heal, and yung shine na alam mong very healthy. Walang mga sugat na halos hindi gumagaling, walang masyadong skin breakouts, although kahit minsan gano'n ka healthy, no, like with me, magtagal lang ng whole day yung pag-wear ko ng mask na humid, na parang pinapawisan, I instantly develop some breakout. So, if I'm outside, I have to change my mask at least twice a day, or else nagkaka-pimple yung tawag nating masking. But generally, yung inflammation can reflect as breakouts, skin problems. Yung mga skin tags, meron akong kilala before na Akala namin marami siyang allergies kasi hindi siya nawawala ng mga butil-butil sa kanyang katawan, especially in the trunk, yung sa chest and sa likod, and even to upper arms. And later on, nagpa-test, we found out it's very high in triglycerides and even skin tags. Skin tags form when you have too much cholesterol in your body, not being burned. And especially kahit sa mga taong hindi tabain, hindi sila nag-gain fat. But their cholesterol are being converted into skin tags. That's why with fasting, especially in our communities na mga nag-extended fasting, they see na after 3 days, 5 days, others 10 days of fasting, yung mga skin tags nila, nawawala. It instantly breaks off because it's extra energy na hindi nagagamit. So a clear skin is an indication of good health. And why is it in attraction it is important to have good health? Because our attraction is our genetics means. Isa siya sa mga paraan ng ating genes to fulfill yung pinaka-ultimate goal ng ating genes. And if you've been listening to our previous audio room, in our previous episodes, we discussed that the ultimate goal of the gene is to pass on its genetic components. Yung i-make sure na yung genetic lineage ay magpapatuloy. And it will not happen if there is no attraction between people, especially people of opposite sex capable of procreating. Because yung pag-mix ng genetic pool, yun yung makakapag-advance sa genetic quality ng ating race, ng ating lahi. Now, it is already acceptable to have girl and girl relationship, boy and boy relationship. And it is also, and as much as I'm okay with it, I have nothing against it. I have friends who are in those relationships. However, we should also acknowledge na if other people, hindi talaga nila matake yon. And it has something to do with nature still. Because by genetics, attraction, especially like romantic, physical, sexual attraction, by nature, it should happen in opposite sex. Because it's only in opposite sex that you can really procreate. Genetically speaking, we are speaking under the umbrella of science. Because by genetics, yung goal nga ng attraction is to vary when it comes to genetic composition. So without mixing of genetic pool, hindi yun mangyayari. That's why also, hindi natural, parang nakakadiri when we hear about relatives getting married. Because by nature, it's also going against the natural order. Because yung genetics nga, it should be varied. So magkaibang gene, and they should mix, and then they will develop or have an offspring na totally different genetic combination. And that's why relatives who are getting married and having children, merong mga genetic anomalies. Because when you think about science and birth and mating, if one person merong defective gene, if it's paired with another person na walang genetic gene, usually the defective gene is considered as the recessive gene. Ito yung gene na hindi na e-express. So, ang isang anomalous, yung may sira na gene, i-pair up mo with walang sira na gene. The one that will come out, the one that will dominate is mostly the healthy dominant gene. So, pwedeng mawala eventually yung recessive gene na yun, yung anomalous gene na yun. And if you pair up one anomalous gene with another person with the same anomalous gene, which is usually seen in the same family lineage, then the likelihood of producing an offspring with the defective gene is there. And sadly, those anomalous gene usually is not very compatible with life. Kung compatible man sila with life, it's not a very long or healthy life, or they also tend to not be able to live fully. I know it may sound so discriminating, but we are not discriminating anybody because kami mismo, we have a brother who has Down syndrome. And scientifically speaking, as much as they are human beings with the same rights to live as everybody, but on genetics, it is considered as hindi siya compatible for mating. Otherwise, if it will produce another offspring, then hindi siya compatible with the genetic goals of improving the genetic race. So that's why it is natural for us to be attracted to someone who appears to be symmetrical, healthy, and for male, female, physical na kaanyuan. It's not about body shaming, but it's about the reflection of health. Para sa mga lalaki, it is considered as attractive kung merong muscles. Sa mga babae, kung sexy, yung Coca-Cola body. Because the masculine feature of male is already an indication of good health, strength, and on hunter-gatherer times, that is an indication na pwede siya makapag-provide sa kanyang family, makahunt, and makadefend. Because noong unang panahon, maraming dangers, maraming peligro. And for female, it is natural for females to appear attractive if meron silang somewhat bigger bust, and then maliit na waist, and then hips, a little bigger hips, because it will be consistent sa isang childbearing figure na born to become a mother, ganon. However, it's not the only thing that matters because yon, physical na kanyuan, it's just the first thing that we see. But what will make us stick around in a relationship with that person is not just about the physical. It's having the compatibility, how you agree on things, how you have the same goals, how you have the same vision. And now, in our modern times, hindi na goal. Even if our attraction, even if how we fall in love are highly influenced by our genetics for us to procreate. But we now know we value and love people even without thinking of having children. I personally know a lot of couples na they are married, but they really decided not to have children for their own personal reasons. And they both agree with it. Yung isang couple na kilala ko, they both have protection even if they are married. They do contraception. At meron din isang couple na who are close to us. The guy even had vasectomy. They are that decided. Grabe, no? So, it's different nowadays. But it's just good, I think, for us to be aware na yun yung mga basihan. Why we consider certain figures as sexy, as attractive, as masculine, and why we also strive to be like that sexy or that attractive. And it's not about being superficial, but it's just a good start. Sa dami nga ng mga members natin ngayon in our communities in Life Without Ties and low carb feasting and fasting community, karamihan, I think the large bulk started with weight loss. Because nung unang panahon, yung pinaka-problema before is yung bulk, yung parang weight gain. Kasi for the longest time, we've been struggling to get food to eat. However, nowadays, in our modern times, our problem now is we have too much abundance of food. And now, for the first time in the history of humans, we now have problems in too much food. Like thousands of years ago, like a million years ago, we've been we've been used to seeing masculine figures and thin, male and female. However, the moment we were civilized as humans, there were now food abundance. So before, noon, the one that is considered attractive, like in the old times, but not prehistoric. Yung prehistoric times would include hunter-gatherer. But the olden times, like meron ng mga kings and queens and monarchies, the ones considered attractive are the ones who are voluptuous, the ones who are somewhat overweight. That's why if you see in the movies, the royalty, the king and queens are usually overweight. Because before, they are the only ones who have access to food. And that cultural influence shaped the idea that being big is attractive. Because for that period of time, being a little overweight, being a little big, is associated with wealth, with power, with abundance. But there could be too much. Minsan, sumusobra. So we now have a pandemic that there are so many people who are no longer powerful, who are no longer considered wealthy, who are no considered healthy, but still looking like kings and queens. And it's because of access to food that are used to be inaccessible, and that is sugar. That's why it's no surprise na right now, mas marami ang gustong mag-lose ng weight. It's no surprise that people now would want to lose extra weight. And that's their first motivation why they join groups, why they follow our page. But eventually, I think about 90 to 95% of them continued with this lifestyle, continued with improvement with low carb and fasting, no longer for the weight loss, but it's actually for the health, for the improvement with their health. And they come to value it, and they eventually see now once they focus on their health, their physical attractiveness, their physical aspect, their figure just improves. People are looking younger, they are becoming more healthy, they have better mindset, their bellies lumiliit, it shrinks. And when it does, they are just surprised. Nakikita nila that their mental health and mental strength also improve. And with improvement with their mental health, their outlook in life also becomes better. And when your outlook is positive, you also tend to attract all other things positive in your life. So you can see how improving your health can actually be the key to you becoming your best version of yourself. Since it's Valentine's, we can think of it as your stepping stone to be your most attractive self for others. But now, since self love is a movement, you can just focus on making your best version of yourself for you, regardless if you have a partner or if you are looking for a partner or you want to be you want to have a partner, but being at the top of your health, being happy with your own self is already providing you with the needed happiness and contentment that you need. We all have reasons why we want to live healthy. We all have our own motivations why we want to live longer. And seldom you can see people really thinking for themselves alone. By nature, especially us, we don't really consider doing everything for our own. We usually have our loved ones. We usually have people we care about. Because yun nga, as social beings, it's not natural for us to live alone. It's really part of human nature to be connected with another person, with another soul. So it can be your life partner, your husband, your wife, or it can be your parents, your siblings, your family, your children. We always have a deeper reason to live. We always have a better vision of the future na hindi lang tayo nag-iisa. We always envision a future with somebody we love, with the people we love, with the people we care about. And I think we should always be grateful and feeling all the love that is surrounding us. Hindi lang on Valentine's Day, but all year round. Yun nga sabi natin, as what we talked about the other day, we are just talking about love this Valentine's Day as an excuse. But sa totoo lang, we should be talking about love all year round because it's really what gives our life meaning. I hope you get to ponder on the things that you truly love the most. What are the three things na pinakamamahal nyo ngayon? What is the three things or people that you truly care about? Sino-sino sila? Sino yung pinakamamahal mo? Kung ayaw nyo mag-play ng favorite sa inyong mga anak, so just put children. Or kung ayaw nyo mag-play ng favorite sa inyong mga kapatid, siblings. Ganon lang. But try to consider. I think it's a good time to think deeply. Something about love. So hello everybody. Happy Valentine's to each and everyone. Adore, Daphne, Rochelle, Luma, Jojo, Mel, Mau. Maraming salamat for being here. I'm not sure if I can see your comments. Happy Valentine's Day everybody. Good morning po at maraming salamat for being here. I hope you are enjoying our talk. This is just going to be a February city walk and talk. Hindi ko alam if we can sustain this, but I am happy to be able to spend this month with you. So nakakalahati na tayo, no? Just 2 weeks more to go. And ewan, I don't know what else will we talk about in the coming days. And I hope to still see you in the coming days. And I'm not sure if Mommy is here. Happy Valentine's Day, Mommy! And to all my siblings, of course. And to the people that I love so much. You know who you are. So that's the science behind attractiveness. And even if it will go beyond the physical and evolutionary attraction, when you are hit with love now, everything else doesn't matter. So, hindi na ito related to physical na kaanyuan. Even someone that is very, very thin or very, very fat or with a very, very big belly or even with physical deformities. Now, we can see that we can fall in love with someone who is not all of that, na kahit nag-go against siya sa lahat ng natural order of when it comes to definition of what is attractive. And that is love, and that is okay. And when you find it, you know that it is true. I think for me, what would also comprise as attractive is hindi lang yung physical na kanyuan. It's not just the physical aspect, and it's not just what the person is born with. Like, if that person has a physical deformity at birth, like wala siyang isang kamay, I will not consider that as against them, as not attractive. But I think what can make me consider a person attractive is when he consciously do things to improve himself on the things that he can do something about, like food choices and discipline when it comes to doing physical activities that can improve his health. Because when it comes to genetics, we don't have any say to with what we're born with. Hindi natin makontrol yon because that's part of kung paano tayo pinanganak. And it's unfair to put that into perspective na yun yung i-go against mo with that someone. Kasi hindi naman niya kasalanan that they are born with that genes. But what they can do about it, how they stay healthy, how they choose their food, how they try to improve their health in any way they can with what they know, then that is something that can make me admire someone, I think. Yung hindi lang sila magpapadikta on what they're born with, but they will try to strive to improve with what they have. Na no matter the differences with the things na pinanganak tayo, we have our own contribution as to how we can improve and give value to the life that we're given. And I think taking care of our health is a factor. It may sound a little judgmental, no? But I just feel sad if people will just waste their life to something that is so superficial as food. Kung magpapadala ka lang sa pagkain because isipin mo lang life is too short, you have to enjoy food. For me, it's not very attractive. Maybe if we met 5 years ago, na yun din yung mindset ko, na yung food is life lang. But then, now, nakakalungkot that if we just give in to the immediate and transient, sobrang panandali ang kaligayahan lang, the transient pleasure of those things like food in exchange for your health, for your life, for the happiness that you could have found when you're spending it with the people you love. It is such a waste. So I think beyond the physical, beyond the typical scientific definition of what comprises a person that is attractive, for me, what is attractive is the mindset. And if that mindset also speaks to me, and I think it's a beautiful compatibility. Yung you both help to develop each other. Hindi lang yung isa lang. Because with this journey in improvement, self-improvement, better health, better choices, mas maganda if you are in it together. That's why I understand para sa mga pasyente natin and to those who are enrolled in the master class in low carb and fasting master classes na they already finished the course and they are already eating healthy and they're eating right and they get frustrated because their wife or their husband is not following them and they have a hard time convincing them. I can understand how frustrated you can be. But don't lose hope. Pagpatuloy mo lang. Because eventually, they will come around. Nakita natin with the people that we love, hindi natin kailangan pwersahin. We don't need to force them. Eventually, you lead by example, and then they will just get inspired. And then when they realize that you want them to be healthy for them, and it's because you love them, it's just a matter of time that they will be with you and join you in this journey to be better and healthier each and every day. And I hope that they will come to you and your family, to you and your loved ones, so that we can enjoy the times in the years to come. Happier days, longer days, many more days to create more memories. Because yung buhay natin is just limited in this lifetime. And each day we spend, sobrang importante. And the more we make it more, the more we make it worthwhile, the more we spend it with the people who truly matter, then hopefully at the end of it all, as we age, we can look back in our life smiling and happy and contented and fulfilled. Now we had a good time. Yung wala tayong pagsisisihan. Because just like what we talked about in our previous days, regret, yung pagsisisi, is mostly on the things that we didn't do. Yung mga bagay na hindi natin ginawa. And not much on the things we do. So if you are unsure if you have to do it or not, better to do it. You can just deal with the consequences after. So I think that's it for our special Valentine's City Walk and Talk, talking about love, attraction, genetics, congenital anomalies even, and spending quality time with our loved ones. So happy Valentine's, everybody. I hope you always feel the love coming from all directions, coming from all sources. And before you look for it from others, make sure you are also radiating it, giving it yourself. Because love is something that is embedded in us. Each of us has our own capacity to love. Our capacity to love is immeasurable, limitless, yes. We just limit it consciously for protective reasons and mechanisms to which maybe we can discuss in another day at another time. But since it's Valentine's Day, let's go all out and tell that we love how much we love them and value them. And I hope you make it into a habit of saying it, expressing it with whatever language of love that you have. Alam niyo na ba yung love language ninyo? Do you already know? If not, try to search for that City Walk and Talk episode on 5 different love language. so that you know how you express love and how you want to receive love para mas happy tayo. So, thank you so much, everybody. Umuulan na. It's already raining. I have to go. And at least you've already completed our 5.1 kilometer walk. And then our walk back is about 1 kilometer as well. So we can do a total of 6 kilometers today. And just in time to prepare for work. Maraming salamat, everyone. Happy Valentine's Day. Have a good day. I'll see you again tomorrow for another City Walk and Talk episode and in our videos. And if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube channel, you may do so. And sa mga nanonood o nag-listen in replay, make sure na yung page natin is already placed on your favorite para ma-notify kayo whenever we have live audio room or live video episodes. Because as you know, our schedule is not very fixed and we just go live whenever we have the opportunity to do so. So thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you again next time. Maraming salamat to all of you who are supporting our page and who are always being here and loving us in through support, through your like and share and heart and stars and in our everyday life, being connected with us in any means. Maraming salamat. Happy Valentine's Day. Bye-bye.